All right, guys, we're here today with part 12 of Breath of the Wild, and we are now 3 Divine Beasts in. We have the Master Sword and about 14 heart containers. From here, I don't know if today's session is going to be focused really on an exploration basis, or if we ought to go more along the routes of trying to work towards finishing the game. It occurred to me earlier today, while I was at work, that if I were to climb Death Mountain today and try to finish the Death Mountain questline, do Varudanya, we could finish this game on Saturday's session. Oh, that was one announcement that just slipped my mind. I will not be live Friday night. We're going to postpone the Friday night stream over to Saturday because I will be DMing for my D&D group and kind of really need to be there. As much as I love streaming, yeah, I gotta DM when I'm available to do so, or when everybody else is available to play the game, since we play with some pretty sensitive timetables sometimes. So just gotta do what I gotta do, you know. Gauss almighty. Okay, dude, stop. I can never have too many arrows in this game, I swear. Where'd that punk run off to? Looks like he decided to just take a hike. I don't see him anywhere. Yeah, that Mimic Octrock just decided to up and vanish on us here, so... Ah, there he is. No. That's okay, I don't need that one. So what do you guys think? Would you like for me to try and work my way up Death Mountain right now, or should we take a little extra time to do the exploration? Ouch. Explore the ration. Not a bad idea. Definitely do that. Yeah, I've been working on doing some... Oh dear. Final Fantasy. I got the Pixel Remaster Collection, as I had previously mentioned. And it's a lot of fun. I've finished the first one. Did that in about a span of 4 days. Got the platinum out of it. So yeah, I saw I posted 100%. I'm going for round 2 now. I've talked to a few people already about it, but I've begun the journey in Final Fantasy 2. And that's already going like pretty quickly as well. I can't imagine that this is really going to take me a really long time to do, but still pretty neat. Looking for some areas that we haven't really had a lot of traffic through. We'll go out here. Haven't really done a lot in the Hebra region. Yep, so got that 100% because, you know, I gotta. And honestly, I'm probably just going to end up doing them all. I honestly don't even know whether I'm going to stop for Final Fantasy 16 when it comes out towards the end of this month. But I am excited about that game. Sometimes I still think we're doing the compendium. Hi. Can I help you? Oof. Excuse me, sir. I don't appreciate that. That was honestly kind of funny. Not the part really where you get wasted, but also, yeah, kind of funny. Tool is coming to your state. Is that right? Late October, I'm going to get my tickets when they go live, since they're a favorite band of mine for years. Never got a chance to witness them in person. I don't know that I'd ever go to a Tool show. I've never really been one for their music. It just doesn't really stick with me. I know a lot of people find that it's very inspired, but I just personally don't have that kind of connection with it. So, you know, it's super exciting for you, though. Anytime I have the opportunity to see something that I've wanted to see for a long time is always a very good time. It's very exciting. So, ooh, I don't think we can get up high enough to do something about this guy, can we? Take me with you. Here we go. Nice, we managed to catch some of his draft. I think. Nice. Dinral scale. Can't complain about getting one of them. There's an element about the dragon's music. It is very oriental. That when I hear it, kind of almost reminds me a bit of the Fire Temple's music. The Forgotten Temple. This is also a good place to be. Might be worth taking some time out today to work on upgrading our equipment as well. Band I grew up since I got into metal, same with Slipknot, others. Gateway entry level artist is what made your taste in music be what it is exactly. That Hailong song posted was totally wicked, even though I don't know much of them. I dig their folk style. Are you talking about Tenet? I love Tenet. Such a great song. Especially love the parts towards about halfway through when they start repeating the line. Crud, I do know how it goes. Sato ari pote net opera rota sato ari pote net opera rota sato ari pote netto. Yeah, it's a really good one. I mean, once you start kind of getting that groove of it, it is just so satisfying to chant along to. So, dress up as a god in Valhalla. I might. Okay, we have arrived in the danger zone. We're gonna want this. We could be making a massive mistake here. Thor and Loki be jealous, I tell ya what. Bye! Start taking out some of these biznitches. Let's see. There's one down there. There's a few in here. Just trying to think what's the best way to go about doing this without getting myself murdered. Yeah, take that, punk. I can't believe that worked. My timing's getting better, I think. KO! 23 months now. Awesome. Thank you, babe. Thank you so much. Oop. Oh, dear. No, wrong one, Link. Idiot. Ah, God. Can we not target that one, please? Oh! That was not the right time for that. I think I got lucky that first time. There we go. Kick his butt. Doing my best. I'm gonna run out of shields here in a second. Or die. I think we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. We're just gonna hop down there and bludgeon it to death. Oh boy. We need to do some meals. Some meal prep. Because I'm just chewing through everything. Oh, damn it. Oh boy. Okay. That was not good. I haven't been cooking? Not lately, no. But, I mean, we could probably stand to do some of that today. Oh, boy. What about you? Are you alive? No? No life here. Sometimes it's hard to know which ones are gonna spring up and start wanting to go. I am down to my last shield, guys.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
Oh, goody. This is the closest IRL cooking stream we'll ever get from Sarge. Facts. It isn't raw. Yep, no, I personally, I mean, I don't do the cooking around here. And the reason for that is because Kyo is a much better cook than I am. And the reason for that is because anytime that I have tried to do anything in the kitchen, she always moves me out of the way so that she can do it. Because I always do it the wrong way. So it just kind of works out a lot better in our family dynamic that I do pretty much the majority of all cleaning, and I leave the cooking to her. Except tonight, not really about cooking so much as just putting in a pizza, but just do it the right way. I won't have to push you aside. Right, because that's how easy it is. That's absolutely how easy it is. Mostly the cleaning type of person. Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much sums it up for me right there. Aren't you alive? I thought you were alive. I'm gonna watch Coco. That sounds like a good thing to do. See how it goes. Try to give him a little bit of variety. The day in and day out of Cars is definitely a thing lately. DLC has decided that Disney Pixar Cars is like the best thing ever. And while it's definitely not a horrible film for a kid to latch onto and never let go of, when it's daily, it just kind of begins to grate after some time. So trying to see if we can maybe encourage some variety. Oh, it was almost good. Just chew up all the apples. How's it going, Power? Starting to go mad out of repetition. Just a smidge. Oh, seriously? Sounds like the attempt to give or put DLC with some variety is not going very well. He has spoken. Bless you, Kyo. And again. I guess we probably didn't need to take the elixir, but damn it. Well, now we're in trouble. There we go. That's just part of parenthood nowadays. Yes. Eventually find something else. Yeah, nope. Sorry, Kyo. Announcement I didn't forget, so I messaged Mental Cruelty yesterday. Wow. Told them I have a album review for their new record coming up in a couple of weeks. I emailed them about an interview, and this morning they got back to me and said, sure, we can definitely do that. That is awesome, man. Looks like I'll be working with Mental Cruelty real soon to discuss the new album, signing with Century Media Records, changing their sound and others. That is really cool. I'll be very excited to see that when that gets to happening. Thankfully, we didn't have to do anything except just get here. Inventory is full. Do we have anything in the inventory that we don't need? Okay, you're pressing the wrong button. Let's see. Maybe we could just toss out the flame blade, and I'm pretty sure I have a picture of that. Let's just double check. As a matter of fact, I don't. Perfect. Power, how are you doing today? What's new and exciting? I have not really heard much from you since before Tears of the Kingdom came out. Have you had an opportunity to play that through yet? Because I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts on it. Hardly played it at all? Been busy, have you? Or distracted with something else? Yeah, well, we're definitely going to keep any and all spoiler discussions to a complete minimum, because I do not want to spoil anything for anybody else. You say that a little bit that you played was more enjoyable than Breath of the Wild. That's fair. That's a fair thing to say. I know for me, I definitely enjoyed it more than Breath of the Wild. But still, for as much as I have enjoyed my time with Tears of the Kingdom, I am not yet ready to hit that reset and do it all over again for you guys. So even though we are getting close to finishing Breath of the Wild, we're gonna try and elongate the series playthrough a little bit by jumping into Age of Calamity, which is still Zelda. It is still related to Breath of the Wild, but will break up some of this process and also give people a little bit additional time to play the game for themselves before we actually start Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, we're getting real close. Just use another profile. Yes, I was either thinking of that or just use my other Switch, since I have two of them now. But yeah, that was kind of the idea, was to use the other profile or use the second profile or use the second Switch. Oh, you know what? We didn't find the tower that was out here. We could probably do that. Looks like we're only missing 2 towers. So why don't we grab the reward for this four, the four spirits that we've got, spirit orbs. We'll use the four spirit orbs that we've got, and then see if we can find those last two towers. Seems like a good thing to do. It's now on my huge list of games that I should get to that at some point. What are you currently playing through right now, or are you still on a hiatus from gaming as it stands? Sometimes it's hard to decide between heart containers or stamina vessels, but I think we're going to take that extra heart. We also have a slew of side quests we could do as well. Got yourself a little mentally intimidated in a way? And a bunch of people to watch too. No worries. I mean, that's just kind of the beauty of gaming, is that everything is supposed to be kind of at your own pace. For me, the push to get through Tears of the Kingdom ahead of everybody else had more to do with the fact that I absolutely did not want it to be spoiled for me. And that need to be ahead of the crowd in that sense was mostly based off of the idea that I really just wanted the opportunity to get in and do it all before I started seeing spoilers for the story. I did a pretty good job of avoiding a lot of stuff that was out there for the longest time, and thankfully, for the most part, a lot of people ended up steering more towards spending their time on miscellaneous builds and exploiting the engine that they made, or that they have for the game, and all the components that they've added in on this engine. So thankfully, I managed to avoid spoilers pretty good, but yeah, I dumped like 80 plus hours into Tears of the Kingdom before I was finally done. Kind of boring, but I have been playing what would be debatable as a kind of game, a bunch of incremental and idle games. You might need to elaborate on that a little bit for me. So what would exactly, is this something that periodically requires your input? Like, kind of, there are a lot of mobile games that do that. So you play something that has like a resource, and then you have to wait for that resource to replenish before you can collect. Cookie clicker. Oh, we need to go and rescue the last of the great fairies. Cookie clicker. That's definitely not a term that I'm familiar with, but what else we got? We need 2 shards of Farash's horn. Probably do that. Kind of game where you start simply and slowly start to get more and more ridiculous numbers faster and faster. If there's ever any examples that you would like to share, that's perfectly fine. If there's any one game in particular that, for some reason, you find fascinating, I'm surprisingly, it's actually quite easy to entertain me. I used to be stuck on that 2048 app, the one where you have multiples of two, and it increases. And the objective is to try and get your combination of blocks added together. So it's not multiplication, it's addition. No, it's multiplication. So it's multiples of 2. And so you've tried to put the blocks that are 2 and 2 together. You try to put the 4s together, 16s, 32s, 64s. The objective is to get 2048. And I've gone up to whatever the 5,000 something or other is. Or maybe it's not 5,000. Could be wrong. That wouldn't very well fit in that multiplication, would it? So it'd be above 4,000. I'm trying to remember what exactly the you think just add them together, but I don't know. My brain's just weird sometimes, so it'd be like 4,100 and something. Don't ask me to do math right now. Now it's bugging me. But yeah, I'm actually surprisingly entertained by stuff like that. 4096, so I was close. Share a link to their site. Fair warning: the genre sounds boring and is extremely addictive. I mean, it's very easy to get sucked into things like that. Things that are like in the realm of like resource management, even if it's not actually like a resource per se, like if it's just managing numbers, it can be very, very satisfying and hard to put down. So I definitely get it. 2048 was the original version. Then there were 5 billion copycat apps. Yeah, a lot of people like to do that, but the one that I had would keep going after you, like it'd celebrate once you hit that 2048, but it'll just let you keep going after that if you wanted to. So where we're at right now in this game is actually looking very familiar from an area that I was seeing in... Oh, hey, Yiga. Tears of the Kingdom has a shrine up here. Dad was a fan of 2048. It is quite satisfying, not gonna lie. And it's easily something that I find myself sucked into. I also like word games just fine. Not necessarily word searches, but King plays pretty much the same one as me. It's you have a wheel of letters and you have to try and come up with so many different combinations. It's kind of like a word search. It kind of puts them into that same idea, but just a little different. Okay, let's see. Let's not get everything crossed here. Let's just try and see if we can find our towers, and then we'll move on from there. If we could find Farosh, that would be wonderful. Genre of idle games was first done by someone who was trying to criticize World of Warcraft's quest structure and created something that people were such fans of that they took it down because people were getting the wrong message from it. Interesting. No, I get it, The contribution to something simple like that, it does not take a lot of effort but at the same time, you can find challenge in those sorts of things. Oop. That Arizona, though. Yes, sir. Now, in other news, I'm actually kind of really excited about tomorrow. My buddy that I do any music with, I was thinking about taking one of those apples. Apparently, anything lying around here is up for grabs. It is now, lady. You snooze, you lose. Farmer's pitchfork. Basically was made to say, this is all that quest structure is. Isn't that boring? Everyone loved it in a way that they weren't, so they wondered, what have I done? I don't have a picture of a torch either. It's kind of sad. Horse. We need to cook as well. There was a game called Cow Clicker. Full recovery plus 5 hearts. That's awesome. I make weird meals. Yeah, let's give that a go. But I think you can find that really just about any kind of game can be intriguing for the right audience. It really doesn't really matter what it is that you make. Somebody will be interested in playing it. That, I think, is just kind of to be expected. And really, sometimes it has a lot to do with just finding the right audience for your game. Let's see, what other kinds of meals should we make up here? So we have a couple of recovery, a couple of full recovery, plus temporary. I really don't know that we're going to need any of these chill resistance. But it looks like we did use up all of the strength up meals that we had. My tip for this game is that cooking hearty meals always restores all your health, even if it is a single hearty Duan in the recipe. Durian. Yep. I only have a single durian. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. I'm just not really carrying a whole ton of things is all, so. We do have hearty truffles, though. Probably don't want, if we're going to hold that, probably don't need that. Yep, hearty salt grilled prime meat. More full recovery and temporary hit points. Oop. Think we needed to do some razor shroom meal as well. So why don't we do that? Ah, oh, damn it. Cooking the truffle by itself is still full of recovery. Yeah, the thing is that, like, I'm not the kind of person to really think about the kinds of ingredients that would go well together to, like, try and make something good. I know Nintendo kind of rewards that a lot, but for me, I'm just looking at all these things that have, like, specific function or purpose. And I'm just like, cook this thing together, you know, cook that thing together, it's whatever. You know, I don't really care too much to really think about a good recipe and try to put it together. Because I'm sure that there are just so many options. I assume the reason is that it can't give you temporary hearts if you aren't also full healthy initially. Yes, that would be correct. Yeah, in this game you don't get your temporary hit points until you've exhausted your, or until you've, yeah, you can't have the temporary hit points until you've restored your normal capacity. Oh, there's a guardian just chilling down there. Seriously? How many more of these are there? Well, at the very least, this did show us one more shrine that we can go to. Hardly counts as a waste of time when you get something useful out of it. Excuse me. I fail to see what part of this concerns you.
Mifa's grace is ready.
I half expected to be able to see that tower from over here. I think we're gonna fight this guardian. Because, you know, picking fights with guardians is always a great idea. Damn it. There's like not enough recovery time. Seriously? We're just gonna permanently play without Mifa's grace here. Okay. Somewhere in this mess of a region, there's a dragon, but also a tower. Somewhere. Yeah, we might need to go and find ourselves some more shields around in the area. Buckling to the pressure of you shouldn't use a guide that is cheating. Pretty soon after I deigned to... Oh, decided to listen to that, I struggled to get into games. Who... that seems a little... You don't seem silly to me. The statement that that playing a game with a guide is cheating, that seems a little silly to me. I personally feel like gaming is meant to be enjoyed on the level that an individual wants to, and if that means following a guide, don't let anybody else tell you that's not that you're cheating for doing so, because everybody's different, and I mean, I follow guides for some things sometimes. It's more or less a loose guide for a game, not really a, like, I'm checking it for every single thing I need to do next. Usually if I start, you know, finding pieces that go together, I try it before I'll scope it out. But that's usually applicable, especially for the FromSoft games. When I play Dark Souls or Elden Ring or whatever, I very frequently consult guides for those games, and you know, I wouldn't let anybody tell me, honestly, that I played the game wrong for following a guide, because there's so many decisions that can be made in those games that have a drastic impact on the rest of the game. And so trying to make sure that you have a desirable outcome so that the game doesn't get more complicated is not cheating, in my opinion. I'm trying to remember, did we need his claws or his horn? Used to be a thing down there that we could scope out. But I just remember that this is the land of lightning. Might not be such a great thing for us. Where is that tower? I just can't tell. Oh, I think I see it. Whoa. Hey, buddy. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to take some of that. Cannot land on the dragons in this one. That is a no-no. Ferocious scale. Looking up information on said games. I feel like that's valid. And you know what? In some ways, that almost makes you better than a lot of other people who'd played the game without the guide, because it gives you information about enemies and areas that other people would have missed out on. Because it's kind of really... there's a lot of opportunity to have unique experiences with gaming. And when you aren't following a guide, there's likely to be things that maybe you would not have found, or that you're not going to find. I mean, when we're talking about a massive game that has areas that are hidden behind false walls, and that false wall could be literally anywhere in the open world. First of all, you have to know that there is such a false wall, but then to just go wildly swinging at everything just kind of sounds like an exhausting thing. Always found the process of looking up info more interesting than the games themselves. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Kyo's brother is a bit like that. He would always thumb through their strategy guides and like have all of the stats and everything, so that when anybody else was playing, he would be able to just basically tell them everything that they needed to know about the stats for that monster. And he would just read the strategy guides. He wouldn't play the games, he'd just read the strategy guides, so that he was in the know of how to help other people to play the game. Okay, we need to stop using this sword for anything other than what it was made for. So yeah, I'd say definitely don't worry about letting, you know, people devalue your experience by telling you that you shouldn't use a guide, because I say nuts to that. Use the guide if it's what you enjoy doing. Few games I've latched onto in recent memory, I dug deep into the information online about it. That's totally fair. I mean, The thing is, I'm just interested in knowing what people are thinking or saying about Tears of the Kingdom. And now that I've played the game and that I can, I'm satisfied with my experience without the spoilers. There's tons of things that I know I missed, but when people tell me about it, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And it's just gives me that level of, wow, I really could have gone out there and explored this out a bit more. But that's the thing, is that without somebody telling me about it, I would never have known. That's why I latch onto Minecraft so hard. The original game and a lot of mod packs were very much designed assuming you would look up information. Honestly, it feels like NES games were made that way. I know that they weren't, but back in the yesteryear of NES titles, they were hard, and they were hard so that you'd have to spend a lot more time trying to figure them out instead of having something to just tell you where to go and what to do. But I mean, you guys remember playing that Zelda 2 with me on this channel? There were some things I just downright probably would not have been able to find on my own. NES games were made so that you would buy strategy guides. I mean, it was a time before the internet, so if you didn't have a strategy guide... Yeah, again with the false walls, especially in the Great Palace of Zelda 2, there's so many passages that lead you down, but the thing is that some of what's required are behind these false walls that if you did not know that it's even a false wall, there is one to begin with, you'd never have checked down the one of many hallways to try and figure that out. Getting easier had to do with online guides cutting into sales and strategy guides. Yeah, and I definitely had noticed, that over the years, from the time of the NES, the games just are generally a lot easier to play. They're more accessible to people than they were in the past, which is, it's really a good thing, because some of those really old games, really obnoxious. Lakeside Stable. Let's see if we can find Beetle. Buy some more arrows. You got a map? I have one. On this map of yours, do you see dueling peaks to the north of here? Apparently there used to be just one mountain a really long time ago. The legends say a dragon god split the mountain in half to forge a way through. That's how it went from 1 to 2. Recently, some are even saying they've seen the shadow of a large creature on the surface of Lake Floria. I wonder if any of that is true. It's probably Farosh if I had to venture any guesses. Don't you think that waterfall flowing down from Lake Floria is the very picture of perfection? There's something strange at the top of that waterfall, though. Climb the ladder on the watchtower and take a peek. You'll probably need a telescope or something for a good look. Wookie! Thank you so much for the resub, man. That's 5 months now. Wow, seriously, that long already. Thank you so very much for your support. I appreciate that. You know that there is a false wall in one of the Arkham games that didn't tell anyone existed until a few months later, because they didn't expect players to accidentally discover it, and no one did. It's to promote the sequel. Is that right? I have a platinum in most of those. Well, not in most. In 2 of those games. That's I have platinum in City and Asylum. I did not do Night or Origins. So I'm curious to know which of the Arkham games it was that has that false wall, and whether or not I knew about it. Alright, so I said something at the top here of the waterfall. The sun's right in the way. I don't see anything up that way. Is it that? Might be that. Wookie, how is life going for you? I feel like we see you maybe once a month long enough for you to sub, And I don't really hear from you a whole lot other than that, but I'm very interested to hear how things are going for you, what you've been up to. Did you play the new Zelda game, or are you working on something else maybe? So while you could blow up that you couldn't tell you could blow up with the Batman vision. Okay, so don't fire over. Fire a little over. There you go. At the end of Tears of the Kingdom, doing great. Very nice. Yeah, we having just a few discussions about that a little bit earlier. I finished it last Monday, so it's been a week since I've actually played it now because I was very satisfied with my progress. I had every intention of going back in on it for some additional stuff, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I bought the Pixel Remastered edition for Final Fantasy for my birthday, and I wanted to play it. So that's more or less where my time has been off stream. Has been working on that. Of course, it starts raining now. Why wouldn't it? I'm trying to decide if this is going to take me all the way up or not. If I use Rivali's Gale again. There's an asylum in the warden's office. That... It does sound slightly familiar to me. I can't say for sure that I actually did that, but it does sound familiar to me. No worries, Metal King. Welcome in. Happy to have you. Oh, seriously? Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to climb this. That's just a no. It takes blowing it up 9 times. Maybe I didn't find that, because I don't recall having to blow something up multiple times in order to find it. So that would be a no from me. You forgot Scooby-Doo snacks, dude. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, that was definitely definitely a fun playthrough. I can definitely say I enjoyed my experience with Tears of the Kingdom more than my Breath of the Wild experience. Although I am not entirely ready to start up a new file for the sake of streaming. But at the same time, I'm also kind of ready to wrap up Breath of the Wild. I think really what I'm trying to... I think what I really want is to not be in the middle of either one of them for at least a minute before we start up Tears of the Kingdom for stream days. But of course, it's going to be the Tuesday game, since, you know, Tuesdays are the Zelda day. The variety day, Friday nights, will end up being something else. I've told a handful of people of what my next pick is for games, but not everybody. I kind of want to surprise some of you with what I'm going to pick next. You kind of know what it is? Yeah, you figure out what I meant by what I said earlier? I think Friday's session I had mentioned what it's going to have in it. Wow. Okay, y'all are gonna need to die because there is a circle of rocks that I'm going to need to toss a rock into, and I can't do that if you're all shooting at me. That didn't work. Nice. That worked. Variety streams, best streams. Well, you know what the saying is, as King told me earlier, variety is the spice of life. Let's get that hydrate and loosen up. Alright. Alright. Oh, what I was saying earlier is that, yeah, I'm actually kind of excited about tomorrow because the buddy that I do my music stuff with, he's planning on coming over and jamming with me tomorrow. It's been a good minute since we've had the opportunity to hang out with each other, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Yes, take care of the strimmer. Most importantly, take care of strimmer. So people like to do some pretty bizarre stuff with, Oh, there is something under here. The greatest Lorna Shore guitar riff. He may not. He went with me to see Lorna Shore back in November because I really needed a buddy to go with me. But he is not a huge fan. I honestly don't know what all he's currently listening to. His interests in music is sometimes just... He likes deathcore most, as far as I'm aware. But he is very selective about the deathcore songs that he likes. He never just is good to just sit down and listen to an album. It's always pick and choose songs. And I've even tried to like get a beat on like what his interest is with music sometimes. And like, okay, dude, I think you'd probably like this. And he goes, yeah, it was all right. And I'm just like, okay, how do I know what counts as music you're going to love? And he says, that's a really hard thing to answer because I actually don't know the answer to that. I know I like it when I hear it. And I'm just like, that is uber not helpful. Love variety, yes. Yep. In the ways of variety streams, on the horizon for some of you guys. I mean, I get the next pick
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
for stream, for the variety game. But while I stream my pick, I will be starting up a new poll, and you guys will have the opportunity to vote in that. I'm already pretty certain that Paper Mario would do very well on that poll. I'm honestly kind of optimistic about that one, so you can definitely count on the idea of Paper Mario being part of that poll. But when we get that far, I will have some other contenders, some different things to pick from in terms of genre. Sure, I was the weird guy that likes the weird stuff in gaming when we were teenagers. You definitely like some interesting stuff, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because some of the best stuff is the weird stuff that people tend to overlook. And, you know, we're all individuals, so we all like different stuff. Rare, this is the second time you've rared at me, but you haven't told me how your day is going.
It's like I have ESPN or something.
You got new couches. That's exciting. Throw open the doors. Bam. What is going on? Think we're experiencing some network problem? Yep, we definitely are. Sorry guys, give me just a second here while I figure out what's going on with my network. You need help fixing your truck? Okay. Yeah, sorry guys, that's not your internet. It seems to be a problem with mine. I don't know what's up, but I just got a notice saying that it was disconnected. Yeah, that was not wonderful. So, sorry about that. Don't know what was up. I just saw that my bitrate was all over the place and then went straight to 0, and I'm like, that's not good. Yep. Nope, not just you. But new couches, that's exciting. Here you go, buddy. Oh, don't break it. You're going to break it again. Don't grab it there. Grab it from here. There you go. DLC wanted me to fix his truck for him. It has a part on it that comes off super easy, which I'm very opinionated about stuff like that. I don't think that children's toys should have parts that can easily be removed, not for the sake of swallowing. For, you know, DLC's age, he's old enough that he knows not to eat things that aren't food. But he doesn't have the dexterity to put things back in when they've come out. So that is a green guitar pick, isn't it? You're going to be getting fiber soon. That's exciting. I want fiber. I did see somewhere that fiber is supposed to be coming to my area as well. So maybe I can look into that. Because that would be dope if I could get fiber. Are you playing the guitar? Inventory is full. Again. As always. Let's drop that. Rara was too powerful. See ya, buddy. Have we taken a picture of this? Believe we have. This is a hard one to stream and try to keep track of anything in the compendium, although I think that technically speaking, my shot at the compendium is, well, shot, because I did not take a picture of Master Koga. because nobody was here to remind me. There we go. Oh, we're gonna need this on this side first. Yeah, I'm already forgetting that you can't just rotate things the same way that you can in Tears of the Kingdom. Being able to rotate things with the Ultra Hand was very helpful. Can we climb this? The answer is no. that was interesting. Is the message here that we can just use magnesis on that? The rotating tools. Yeah, Ultra Hand is especially helpful. Having just that that dynamic, the control. So Rara, you got some new couches. I'm kind of envious of you. We've been needing to get new couches for like years, but we just keep never doing it. I think in my neighborhood, they just need to run the actual fiber to the house at this point. Everything else is installed. That's good. It's awesome. Got 2 recliners, 3-seat plus 2-seat for $200. That's it? Wow, that's pretty awesome. Is there a local retailer that you went through, or? It's not bad, especially with Canadian dollar, yeah. Pekango. Oh, you're that guy who found the Great Fairy Fountain. Funny running into you here. Are you traveling too? I've traveled all over the world, so I'm happy to tell you about new places if you want. If you have a picture to show me, let's see it already. That's Lake Hylia. These 2 tiny stone statues depicted here in that faint view of the bridge of Hylia in the distance. From this angle, I think perhaps this is the northeast shore of Lake Hylia. Possibly Scouts Hill, or perhaps a little further east of there. That's all I know, I'm afraid. Sorry, but you'll have to follow your own feet if you want to find it. These statues, they look like a husband and wife embracing. Such a simple yet charming sight. We could probably go find that. It's over here. This is someone selling them. Checked them out to see if they were in good shape. Used less than a year. That's awesome. Yeah, if you can get through somebody else and you don't mind the fact that they've been somebody else's, that's just great. Kyo is very anti secondhand for pretty much everything. So I don't know that we will find such a good deal, but that's still awesome that you did. Go away. Dude, I said go away. assume that they are moving somewhere. It'd be cheaper to buy them in the location than it would be to ship them. That's pretty likely. My in-laws will be happy. They said their wedding gift would be new couches. They gave me a budget of about $1,500. That's pretty awesome. That ought to send him running. Looks like we found another place with a Korok, too. Okay, let's see. Scouts Hill. Are you really coming after me again? Apparently they didn't learn their lesson the first time. Man, this night is just like, there's more and more and more things just wanting to come after me. To quote Castlevania, what a terrible night for a curse. So new couches, that's great. So you said this is for your wedding gift. Are you and your significant other been married very long, or are you still in the process of getting married? Because I know that that can be sometimes quite some work. These dumb keys just do not give up. July 29th of next year. Okay. Here we are. All right. Found us a little thing we can enjoy a little cinematic together. So, here we go.
I doubt this will let up anytime soon. Your path seems to mirror your father's. You've dedicated yourself to becoming a knight as well. Your commitment to the training necessary to fulfill your goal is really quite admirable. I see now why you would be the chosen one. What if one day you realized that you just weren't meant to be a fighter? Yet the only thing people ever said was that you were born into a family of the royal guard, and so no matter what you thought, you had to become a knight. If that was the only thing you were ever told. I wonder then, would you have chosen a different path?
pretty neat scene. It is definitely a interesting question that she's posing. You know, the things that we become, are they circumstantial to our upbringing, or were we destined to be what we are? Definitely interesting thoughts. So getting married July 29th, 2024, which is your dad's birthday. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I think that would be a very excellent way to honor him. Because, you know, I still have my parents, but I've lost all my grandparents and kind of miss my grandmother. I was at my grandmother's house, like, pretty much almost every weekend. And, you know, when she passed, it was the hardest of all of my grandparents that went. But, you know, just kind of imagining, you know, in the future when my parents are gone is probably going to be even harder to imagine. Harder to grieve, harder to really deal with. So, but, you know, that's still pretty neat that you guys have selected your father's birth date for a wedding day. So I'm excited. Okay, I think we need some more parts off of Farash here, so let's see if we can manage anything else. Might need to see if I can find a different point that I can jump from. Maybe like this. This might work better. So one of the nice things about this game is that when you're using fast travel, it doesn't change the time of day for you. So, hypothetically, Farash should still be in the same spot. Doesn't appear that held up, though. See, I was under the impression that the dragons have a path that they follow based off of the time of day. So it would have made sense that being the case, it should be right around here. But alas, I do not see it. Unless I'm on the wrong side. Which is entirely possible. Well, I guess we'll move on. I actually want to go out here. So we're going to do that. We might run into Molduga along the way. I do not know whether we are actually properly equipped for that, but I figure if we can get out there, it's probably for the best. Let's see. Thanks for the hydrate and loosen up. Posture check, all the good stuff, right? Gosh. Yeah, I'm kind of like got an ache in my ribs from sitting here. Just kind of being in a chair all day. Because I'm in a chair all day at work, too. So, really, I'm kind of sedentary. Very sedentary. So, this helps. Alright. And a hydrate. Yeah, we actually don't have much longer for today's session, so I guess we probably wouldn't have gotten it much done regardless of what we were doing, but... exploration stuff is definitely needed. It's probably something we should... Let's go get a sand seal. Seems like the right thing to do. Otherwise, we'll be walking for a good long minute. A sandwich. A sand seal. I could go for a sandwich. All right. Forget, can't be in Gerudo Town. Unless you're dressed up in bonita clothing. Alright, there we go. Oh, that does also offer heat resistance, now that I'm remembering. If you need to cross the vast desert, a sand seal is the perfect way to do it. You'll seal what I mean. It's only 20 rupees to rent one. What do you say? When Gerudos make sandwiches, do they use sand? Perhaps they do. I got plenty of it. Really? Must be intensely hot. Yeah, it's kind of the crazy thing about deserts that sometimes I don't know if everybody really knows about deserts so much, but out here, our climate is kind of that desert dryness, so it's almost like being under a heat lamp when it comes to the summer months, but it also can get pretty cold pretty easily. Alrighty. I can't see a thing out here. Can't go any further. We're too far then. Oh boy. We are not in a good outfit for combat. And I don't know that there's really anything else that I can do about that either. Probably don't need the monster parts as much as I need to just get out of here, but, you know, distraction. Oh boy. Firing off some pretty mean stuff at me here. There you are. Help, I scare him. Yes, quite helpful. So I'm not going to actually be able to get out of here either until I can get out of this weather. Get rid of that. Take this with us. We already got a picture of that one, so perfect. Yeah, we have like no shields, so I'm gonna take whatever I can get. Alright, let's put on the Bonita outfit again, since it does offer that heat resistance. Alright, now let's try this again, see if we can't figure out where we are. This is where I don't want to be. There it is. I can see it now. Man, how do I keep missing it? There it is. All right. The current solution. Oh, I see. We're just supposed to put these on the opposite sides of each other. Doesn't seem to matter anymore. Okay. Oh. Probably not a good idea to cross that thing's path. Am I supposed to bowl? Is that what this is about? Okay. I think we're just supposed to be able to get it to the other side without without bumping into those. Seems pretty cheap to me. Alright, so that's part of the solution. Start a zoo, you need at least 2 pandas, a grizzly, and a polar bear. It's the bare minimum. I suppose that would be the bare minimum now, wouldn't it? Then you could have tons of other bears, too. I love your dad jokes. They're, very good. Okay, I see what's going on here. Okay, we are raising the bar, as it were. Let's see. That's gonna go too far down, though. I mean, if this is just a matter of getting this thing to traverse down at the pace that I'd like for it to be at... Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we're moving this, and just as that falls down into place... There we go. Excellent. And now we want to nab that before that door closes again. There's no way it's going to shut us in here. I doubt, anyway. Sapphire. Nice. Yep, got it. Perfect. This is kind of an interesting shrine. There we go. Yeah, sounds like we're thinking up of the bare necessities here, Rar. The simple bare necessities. But once we get that figured out, you can forget about your worries and your strife. Or is it your worries and your trials? I'm trying to remember what those lyrics are. So not really a super ton of progress made tonight, but still a decent amount here. I think it's worries and strife. I'm pretty sure that that's right, but I can't say for certain. Warm Saflinas. Sweet boy, please, listen to my story. Sure, I am the great fairy Terra. This place was once a beautiful spring, but as time passed, fewer and fewer travelers arrived to offer me rupees. As a result, my power has abandoned me. I am nearly powerless now, so I beg your help. I need rupees to become whole again. All I need is 1,000. Is that all? Once my power has been restored, I can help you do great things, boy. Now, if you have rupees, hand them over to me, quickly. In order for me to regain my power, I need 1,000 rupees. I'll keep my rupees, because I don't have enough. That is truly tragic. We're going to go and rectify that, though. Don't pick the prickly bear with the paw. Yeah, I would probably need a whole rundown on what those words are, because I straight up just can't remember. I mean the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease. The simple bare necessities of life. Pear. Don't pick the prickly pear with the paw. Do it with the claw. That's right, do it with the claw. That just kind of came out, didn't it? Yeah, I need more arrows, but I also need to sell you some stuff. Okay. Look what I've got. Materials. I'm really gonna hope that we don't need a lot of this stuff. Yep. Need the pointy flying sticks of death, please. We need all of those. I mean, I suppose we could also sell monster bits. I don't know why we haven't been doing that. I never use them. Oh, wait, we use them for... Right, I almost fell into that trap, because we actually do use them in this game. They were not very widely used in Tears of the Kingdom in the same ways, so... She has a quest. Have you gone to the giant castle north of here? That's Hyrule Castle. Really? It's said to have fallen to ruin over 100 years ago. I used to sneak in there to salvage ancient treasures, but it's too dangerous to go in there now. These days, it's surrounded by an eerie mist and savage machine-like creatures. Back when it was safer, I went in looking for this ultra-rare equipment that once belonged to the Royal Guard. It's legendary among collectors, but I was never able to find any. Do you want me to give you some advice on getting into the castle? Sure, why not? Best way to get into Hyrule Castle is to employ the styles of the people of Hyrule, obviously. So what's your style? Goron, Rito, Zora, or another way? Probably the Rito style. If you're comfortable sailing through the air, this method is for you. Just head east or west from these plains and swing round up the mountain to the north of the castle. Then just fly down toward the castle from there, over the moat, and find a safe spot to land. Okay, we're going to head back out here and hand over all those precious rupees so that we can work on outfit upgrades. Because that's what we really need to be able to do. And then from there, we probably need to call it. It's about time. Regrettably. Me reading this knowing I would forget everything she said. Yeah, I don't know how useful that information is going to be for me either. Ah, you've returned. Now, you have rupees for me, right? Hand them over, quickly. In order for me to regain my power, I need 1,000 rupees. Yep, here you go. Thank you, you are too kind. Ah, the power. It's overflowing! I'm scared! It's just the Great Fairy. Cough, cough. Ah, well, hello there. I am the Great Earth Fairy, Terra. I am the oldest of the four sisters. I have been watching your activities from inside my bud all this time. And haven't you been busy swinging that sword around, adventuring? I'm not just making wild assumptions, you know. I truly do see all. I'll prove it right now. I'll predict what you are thinking right at this moment. You're probably thinking, can't we just skip to the part where she enhances my clothing? Right? Looks like I hit the mark, Ahem. What an impatient person. Why don't you show me the clothing you want to have enhanced? Depending on what materials you have on hand, I should be able to enhance your clothing, but it all depends. With the power available to me, I can greatly enhance your clothing. Enhance away. What do we got here? Oh, we need shards of Ferocious Horn for the champion's tunic. Oh, we need one more Hinox toenail, too. Well, at the very least, we can upgrade the Hylian trousers, because I know we're for sure going to be using those. Yeah, we'll do this one as well. What's the D-Link? You're liking either the clothes or the materials, or maybe I need my sister's powers. It's all possible. Well then, I'm headed home. See you later. Well, that makes what we have more powerful, for sure. But that also opens up all of the other fairies to being able to grant all of the power. So some Endura carrots. Yeah, we needed this for a side quest. Okay, well, we didn't do as much as I was kind of hoping that we'd do, but we did get some done. At the very least, we opened up some, yeah, we opened up all of the fairy fountains, so we can max out our clothing if we have the right materials. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, hit the save here. All right, and that's going to be a wrap for today's session. So unfortunately, we are at time. It is currently 6:30 my time. That was 2 hours of stream time, and I need to get ready to spend the evening with my little family. So we'll pick up on this on Saturday. Yeah, we'll be doing Saturday's session next. Thank you so much for being here, Rar. I appreciate that. And to Scorns and Power and King and Wookie. And I don't think I've missed anybody that's really been chatting in today. I don't think anyway. Pretty sure that was it. Oh, and Keo. Keo was in here as well. Gotta love the Rars. Okay, so we're going to set up and raid my friend Halo K. Looks like she's still currently working on that Emperor's New Groove that she was doing before. So we're gonna, yeah, move this party over to her. So, sorry I didn't participate much. No worries. I understand. All right, so we're going to give this party to Halo K. All right, guys. Yeah, so I will not be live Friday. I will be live on Saturday. So I will catch you guys on Saturday. We'll try and make some more progress on Breath of the Wild. Hopefully, maybe make some progress in the story. And, you know, get us even closer to finishing this game up so that we can move on to Age of Calamity as the middle game and to something else for variety. All right, guys. But have a great week. I'll chat with you guys through the Discord server, and I'll see you on Saturday. Have a great night.